guys, and welcome back to another episode on the Corner Flag Talk channel. It is the first Friday of the month, so that means who makes our top 10 series. I here with my podcast regular, Virgil. Virgil, was good?
And I good as always.
And we have some new faces in the studio, some guys from also the Lads and Dads podcast. Make sure and subscribe to them. But first, we are Eden. Nice to have you, bro.
Nice being here. Ole in.
I swear to God. So we're doing the top 10 managers in 2000, dog. Any day I see Ole shop in this song, I get real upset, dog. And then next we are Aaron. Aaron, what's good, my bro?
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Nice to be here.
So by now, all you know how this is go. Off screen, each one of us voted our top 10 managers for the category of from the 2000s to now. And overall, our list was compiled. As you guys see them, we will see them as well. And we will get the live reactions from the team. At the end, we go through the guys who didn't make it, probably talk about how come they didn't and why each one of us would have voted to put them into the top 10. So, without further ado, let's get into number 10. And in number 10, we have Zinedine Zidane. It is no surprise, really, actually, that he makes the top 10, given that he's managed to win 4 Champions League in his first 5 years. And in his managerial career, managed to leave Real Madrid. They looked even worse, came back, win another league, and then left once again. His illustrious playing career is very much well known, but his stint at Real Madrid has really put him there amongst the greats, despite it being a very short time period. For myself, he actually came in at number 10 overall. So not really too surprised to have him here. Virgil, where you had did you have Zidane in your list?
Yeah, but I actually had him high up because, as I mentioned, the short space of time his managerial career was. Well, for me, I feel like that was accolade in itself because for him to come in to the Real Madrid team and win a Champions League back to back to back, I feel like that was a big achievement, and I feel like for him, so it has some ex-players that will come in and take over the former clubs, and things might not go too well. But I felt like from him,
I feel he turned some shots there, oh Christ.
And I feel like for Zidane, it wasn't just a case of him just trying to appease whoever.
He's saying this on the same day they lost to Crystal Palace.
So I am talking about Zidane, So some managers will come and want to appease the big names. But I feel like Zidane really took the helm and really took charge, and after that, I felt like you'll actually look back at this because Madrid is known for a lot of amazing managers. But we look back at Zidane and you think like he is somebody right now that he made a big name from just from just being Madrid manager. And I have plenty of people right now that would want him in the team.
Yeah, can't say no more. He didn't make it listen.
No, he was just as Virgil. Probably didn't make your runs, I feel. But he was almost in the top half of mine.
Right.
So the reason being is that as a player, he was in the Galacticos era.
Right.
Right. He was the Galactico in that side.
Yeah.
And then, but if you watch that era, they actually didn't win that much Champions League.
Yeah, they didn't.
They had real stars, but they didn't even that much. Man transitioned into a manager with little to no experience. He did train under Carlo.
Yeah.
And man came in back to back, as Virgil said. I just find that's an achievement we probably not going to see anytime soon. So that for that reason alone, and he has 2 league titles as well.
Yeah.
The man had to make my list for sure.
So Aniran, how come he didn't make yours?
I just believe that he needs a little more time, in my opinion, because we said 2000 come up, right?
Yeah.
And I believe there are other managers there who should have respectfully gotten a shout.
Right.
Instead of him.
Yeah.
He might be number 11 for me, you never know.
Yeah.
We're not doing a top 11.
Correct.
We're doing a top 10. You know what I mean? But big props to Zidane. I don't know if you want to hear what's my number 10.
We might get it. They might be high up in the list, man.
Might be high up here.
Okay.
So, real short and sweet. We'll get into number 9 now, guys. And in number 9, we have somebody who's known for winning league titles. He's literally won a league at his last 3 clubs. He is currently unemployed. And certain fans are clamoring for him to come to their clubs. And the man is Antonio Conte. Look, he has been synonymous with winning league titles, mostly because of his time at Juventus. Came Chelsea, won it in his first year, won the FA Cup the year after that, left. Went into push into back in the title conversation his first year. managed to win the year after that. He was known a lot in his playing days, but ever since that he took the helm when it comes to being a manager, he's been synonymous with his system. Everybody associates triady back football and counter-attacking football with him, and he's been highly successful. The Champions League has eluded him so far. He also had a stint with Italy as the national team's coach. He didn't manage to win anything with them as well. But everywhere he goes, there seems to be a certain aura of success that follows him. And so I feel that nowhere better to start down with Aaron, because Aaron, he would have coached a lot of clubs that your team AC Milan would have faced.
Yeah, and most definitely, I left him out my list, of course, as you saw.
Anti-UV propaganda. Strong with this man.
Yeah. But,
Lead with your heart, bro. Go through.
Yeah. With regards to Antonio Conte, I mean, once again, mad respect for the coach. But one thing I take away from his career, and it'll always like resonate whenever I hear about him, is that my boy needs either an almost completed squad or a big bankroll to really and truly spend some money to develop the squad that he wants. But I must say, he does something with wing backs a lot of coaches struggle to do.
Yeah.
He really and truly brings out the best in his wing backs, and his play on the wing, his counter-attacking football, his build-up play as well. You know, he just has it all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But once again, it's not top. I say 12 now. You know? Probably 12.
Strikers for me too, though. Like I think like he has a very good record when it comes to strikers, though. Sure. When you look at, I believe that he did work with Tevez in the later years of his Juventus career. I could be so wrong. With Lukaku, with Diego Costa, you see that he tends to make them very polished in the end, like very raw talents, you know? You don't have anything to say about them?
Yeah, well, if he does end up taking the job, men say January is Ashley Young and Victor Moses signing one time.
To be fair, he did sign Ashley Young already, so you never know.
I respect the man's system. I just find he could be a little more... he could budge a little bit, because there have been times where once that plan don't work out, you struggle to get back into games. It happened in the latter part of his Chelsea career as well too. But good manager, definitely known for also being a character and falling out to the board. So I don't know if the Glazers too keen on that, because Ole is a man the Glazers could manage, but Conte is a big ego kind of fella. So I still rate him highly. He was on my list as well, lower down, but he made my list. The man, CV speaks for itself.
You think that big ego thing, because I guess we could talk about this later on when we come to like somebody managers high up the list, that has something synonymous with like managers who just know to win. Because like, it's no secret that we're gonna get to talk about people like Pep and like Mourinho and stuff like that at some point in this list. And a lot of people say a lot of the same things about them as well. So you feel like that is something with managers who know their ability as a coach and know what they want to do to win?
I think any leader in any job, any field, you need to have some sort of ego or at least some sort of belief in yourself. But when you go to Man United and crying, we don't know. But to everybody else, to the media, to the wider public, this is the ego, this is what's presented, and is a way to show confidence, I think. And your team does also feed off of that.
Yeah. Virgil?
Yeah, well, I feel like the placement that have him at number 9, I feel like, you know, that's justifiable. I feel like for me personally, I had him high up on the list because just from how his career was, you know, he started before Juventus was with Siena, and he won promotion with them. Yeah. And then this is right after that whole you know, the thing that went over Juventus where they yeah. And then after when he took over, I felt like, you know, he just brought a new life into Juventus. And as they mentioned and talk about the whole back three system that he's known for, and even incorporating the wing backs. Yeah. For example, look at his Inter career. He had a man like Damian looking like a will beater. Man was looking amazing in that team. And as I mentioned, I feel like him coming into any side, he just brings a little arrogance that you need. And I feel like even for his system, the arrogance translates into his system as well. Yeah. Because you know when he come there, he doesn't care. He will bully and he will try to win the league. He is a serial winner. And another thing I want to highlight, you know, after he started that whole Juventus dominance. Well, once he started, he added to that Juventus dominance. Yeah. And after a while, that continued, and a lot of managers that came after was also following what he did. Yeah. And then it took the same man to break the Juventus dominance by going to Inter.
Exactly.
And I feel like you have to give credit to him. He is a man. He's a manager. You know for a fact. You know what you're going to get with him.
I tell it all, yeah. I can't stop bringing Virgil on these things up because every single time we record now, Virgil will say something so good that I just be like, wait, you know, I'm gonna have to clip that and post it on socials and all right through them, right through them. But like
insightful.
something that I know, so we will talk about this because we talk about managers, right? And something that we just have to also consider, and I would like to think that we all did when we made our list, is that depending on the roles that they were given, some managers, their job is more than just to win as well. Now, ultimately, it is the number one job. But like, there's also like a culture that you're supposed that managers would want to inbreed into clubs. Like Pep is synonymous with that. Like a lot of coaches post Pep, whether it was at Barcelona, it was at Bayern, people talking about him post City, that they struggle to go into that environment because like they so change the entire culture of the club that it's not a case of like a Chelsea where like, you know, a manager might change every 2 years. So, like, the club is understanding that, okay, well, yeah, a new player coming in, that kind of thing. But, like, some managers, they really, like, set down roots. And I think with Conte, while Juventus was the only place that he really had a very long stint, and he might have had a long stint at Inter if Inter didn't run into the financial troubles that it did, he's one of those managers that looks to set down that kind of change in culture at where he is, you know. And he does, as Virgil rightfully says, instills that winning mentality into players, you know. I guess that's why he didn't want to go Spurs, guys. We head over into number 8. Number 8, we headed into the Bundesliga with this one because he is synonymous with Bayern Munich. He was so synonymous with them that when they was going through troubles, I believe it was under the Carlo Ancelotti era, he even came out of retirement back to help them. As Jupp Heynckes, I really hope I pronounced that well. Treble winner with Bayern Munich, as well as he was the coach that helped establish their dominance that Pep later followed up on, and many coaches after that. He was brilliant coaching them. His pressing philosophy was very much well known, and he also was one that became very synonymous with that kind of dominant personality that he instilled into this club. That kind of fear when you come up against Bayern Munich. And I know firsthand, I was on the NRL plenty, Alex. So it is go. Virgil, we start off with you though. You had to say about your packs. Did he make a list?
Yeah, he did. I feel like he actually started my list with number 10 because again, you know, I feel like a lot of things that he did early on, and as he did mention the whole Bayern winning the treble. You know, a lot of people will look at that in this day and age and understand that okay, you might take away the wow factor from that, but I feel like we know
I would like to win that treble,
but we know from that point, that was like what 2012, 2013.
Hey, you know what's a good thing? That your treble not allowed in the time category we're talking about here, though.
Well, I mean,
Go ahead with it.
2012, 2013, around that time when they had the treble. Yeah. At that point, with the players and stuff that was at that Bayern side was a force to reckon with. I feel like that Bayern side, he had that Bayern side looking amazing.
Big up Mario Mandzukic though.
Yeah, even you see, big up him, and even I just said when he came out retirement and went back into the club, you know, he kind of brought back that kind of light into the club. He kind of rekindled the flames, you know. But realistic, you know, that was a little stretch for him to really come back and do that. You know, they needed the newer managers to follow, but you had to pay respect to what he did before, and that's why he made my list.
Yeah, you're on.
I'm not a big follower of Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
I'm not a big follower of Jupp Heynckes to say, you know, I know a lot about his career per se. But I mean, just seeing Bayern Munich, and I mean, year after year, I mean, ever so often they face a hurdle with like Borussia Dortmund and stuff, taking away the title from them. Bayern Munich would always be a strong team, always have good managers, as you can see throughout the years. They never falter, you know. But good shout, I say.
Yeah. Well, when you think about Bayern Munich, his name is synonymous with that.
Yeah.
Kind of ingrained in the club's DNA. He didn't make my list, but he would have been an honorable mention at least.
Yeah.
You can't downplay what he did with that team. Men said easy to dominate Bundesliga, which not true. In some years they did. But Bayern Munich also was a formidable team in Europe as well. So it's not to say he does bully in one league like if it's the Scottish League or something. But he did well. He had some big ballers.
Yeah, no.
I think. Well, John, you say your side fielded, my side fielded from them to us.
Oh yeah.
And you know what's the thing, right? We talk about Bayern Munich's dominance, and people talk about that. Yeah, a lot of people say that is easy, right? But what people are forgetting is that Jupp Heynckes is part of that team that would have established the foundation that allows them to have that dominance now. That like people say like, yeah, dog, it's easy for them to win. That winning culture and that knowing that, look, I believe it had 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they were 7 points behind Dortmund at Christmas. And in their mind, it's like, there is no problem. Because they know that they were capable of it. And all that was, in my opinion, a large part of that is down to the foundation that Jupp Heynckes has put in place for them.
Yeah.
So we're going to move up at the list, guys. Look out for your next pick here. Next time we keep it in Germany, guys. As you guys saw, it is Jurgen Klopp. Man is showing 2 league titles in the Bundesliga with Dortmund. And as we just spoke about Bayern and their dominance, that just kind of indicates how big of a feat it was for him to go on and win those leagues against them with a lot lesser resources, may I add. Coming to the Premier League. Look, we're talking about coaches that change cultures, coaches that embrace their entire persona in top club. And I feel like in a lot of ways, Jurgen Klopp was synonymous to something that the Cup and Liverpool fans were like yearning for years. You know, like everybody talks now about Anfield nights and Anfield atmosphere, and that was something that was synonymous with them many years ago. Years when they were really dominant, years they were forcing Europe. And Klopp has that kind of passion and philosophy in his heart and in the heart of his football, and that's something that really meshed well with them. And it's something that is now taken both the Premier League and Europe by storm. We've seen it with 2 back-to-back UCL final appearances, one of which a season that he's won, she got 97 points toe-to-toe with Manchester City, then winning it the year after that, producing, I have to be accredited with now being the coach of what is arguably the best player in the world right now in Mohamed Salah, and so many gifted players has come on there, and look, now I'm feeling real good because I didn't put them on my side, in my top 10, sorry, but when we talk about coaches and we talk about their ability to win, right? A large part of that is how they can adapt their philosophy with the squad that they are given. And Aaron rightly said that with Conte that you feel like if he needed to have 90% of the side or 85% of the side and then he adds his pieces afterwards. You know, when you think about what Klopp did at Dortmund, the type of side he had with Dortmund, the type of number 9 he had Lewandowski, and then they come to the Premier League and then people watching like, okay, well, what you gonna do with men like Firmino and Wijnaldum, these kind of guys? But players like that, and he came adapted his philosophy to suit the players he had. Bypassed the partner, the kind of players he already had there, and then make them a force in the Premier League and a force in Europe again. I think that is something that is extremely commendable on the coaching side of things, on the philosophical side of it. And yeah, I guess it's the reason he leaves it here, unfortunately, he didn't make it to Manchester. He didn't make yours, bro.
Yes, now it's 5 a little bit tough, but he still made the list. As you said, he's a man who does projects.
Yeah.
Not that he's the opposite of a Conte who would come in and probably give you instant results in a few months. But he run Liverpool, it took him 3.5 years to truly win something, or truly win something actually. But watch that team now that he can beat anything. On the day, you know, he has also clearly he has a relationship with his players because he brings out the best in those around him. And this is after that Dortmund made there's 2 UCL finals he lost, or one.
He lost one final,
and he made 2 semis, and then he lost the final against Real Madrid, the pool, and then one in the year after.
Yeah.
Definitely progressed throughout his career, and I could really see the man getting better. So, Calibur.
Yeah.
I know you love Klopp Vigil. Anything
You make your list? Yeah, you make my list. I know. Surprised he made high on my list, to be honest. Because just to add to that, really, one thing I'll always say different with Klopp to other big name managers is man management. And I feel like it's all a lot of managers right now will look for like the next best talent. They could look for who is big right now. But I feel like if you give Klopp a player that's unfinished, that you know for a fact he could turn him into like a world class player. And you see that right now. You see like Curtis Jones looking real good right now. You see what he did to Trent. And I feel like you look back on his past experience and you look at compared to others and you realize he doesn't have much experience as other managers. But that's also a good thing. In a short space of time, I just felt like even back at Dortmund, he just needed that extra challenge. And I feel like going to Liverpool where we know the culture of Dortmund, and I feel like to move from there to move to Liverpool, it was a perfect match.
Yeah.
And I feel like after that, he just took it. He got the players. He honestly didn't really have no big names really coming like that. And it's over the time of Liverpool progressing, not just the success, but progressing. It had so much players he made, even like Coutinho. It had so much players that over time he made, and that all came out his man management skill.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, I mean, I believe he's young in the game, so
Yeah.
he has much more. Make my list. You know, I have some movies to shout out.
Yeah.
You know? But Jurgen Klopp, I can see master of football. Great asset to any team. I believe he really, as you all said, he puts together a team. This man had, who was it was 4 players at Borussia Dortmund. He had Ball and Marco Reus. That was Boys was running Ball in Bayern dominated league now.
Yeah.
And then coming over to the Premier League and okay, so if anybody knows me, I'm not the biggest fan.
Get it out, bro. Get it out.
Mohamed Salah, right? So I mean,
you lie. Don't come down later, but you guys know that. You guys know that Mohamed Salah had a captaincy of 90%. That has to be some kind of record, though.
Ownership, I think, is the highest right now of any player in the league. For the last 5 FPL seasons, he has reached that percentage of ownership.
That's ridiculous. But
you see why you don't like the man.
So my thing is Mohamed Salah for me, like seen in this area coming into the Prem. You know, I'm very heavily critical about Mohamed Salah. Yes, he's really good. But no, Mohamed Salah is hit a different level. And I think that Jurgen Klopp has the biggest part to blame.
No, I think
they were.
It's like speech, huh? When I touch ball. Yes. He went to touch a ball that had Messi fouls in it. And I guess again on now. And he takes Messi fouls and that's why he went to spin around like 15 minutes before he scored now.
So this thing called when your contract coming up.
Bro, I swear to God, I want to do an episode where we just discuss players who all of us have gone super over their contract. Because
see how Lacazette played out. I just want to be like,
where is this coming from, dog? Yeah, what I said, shut man.
Salah would have 500k.
And then Milan finally back in Champions League, Milan, of course. And of course, for some reason, we just had this Liverpool back in the 80s, right? And we had 2-1.
Big up Mainando.
Yeah, of course.
Big keeper.
We had 2-1 in the first half, and then Jurgen Klopp come out, he say, boys, you know, got a bag of the game now. Second half come out, different Liverpool team, finish the game.
Why are you saying this? Because he did the cheat, he didn't bring on nobody.
Yeah.
Stick to the guns.
Yeah. And like when we look at his ability to really create players, that's something that again we haven't really spoken about so far. But that is something that a manager's job is to get. So what I think is that a manager's job is not to get a player to play at the level that they can play. A player should be able to do that. It's to be able to perform beyond that, you know, whether it is through their system or through coaching and helping that player individually. And I think that when we look at so many players he's done that with, and you take Robertson, who got relegated, not to say that he was the fault for the relegation, but now he is arguably the best back in the world over the last 3-4 years. You know, he's definitely at the minimum in that conversation. You take Trent straight in the academy, and now there's something, he's the best right back in the world. You know, you take Virgil from Southampton, everybody is talented then. bro, he's literally been at Liverpool for like 4 years, and there are people who want him in that conversation as greatest centre back of all time. And again, whatever your stance is on it, you have to say that these players deserve these things. And yes, there's always the hypotheticals that can say, yeah, you know, gosh, you put this man on the Pep, you put this man on Mourinho, they'll flourish the same way. Bro, you can't just say that, you know. Sometimes there's like specific chain of reactions for things to happen, and sometimes those things is the coach and managers to get his hands on certain players.
Most definitely.
I feel like come take a road trip every time there, guys. We're gonna go into the next week, guys. Be sure to look out for the rest.
Alright guys, and we headed into number 6 now. We get into a little bit more the top 10 managers. And this is somebody who's done something that was never done before. And that was winning 3 consecutive international tournaments. And that was Vicente Del Bosque. He's really synonymous for his time with the Spanish national team, as well as time coaching Real Madrid and whatnot. What he's managed to do with one of the greatest national teams of our generation is something that is unspeakable. And when you think about that, you know, yes, he was blessed with talent as well. But to manage to maintain a lot of world-class players' success at club level and manage to have them translated to the international level so efficiently is really remarkable. Especially when you think about around that same time, people will talk about Xavi and Iniesta, Busquets, Xabi Alonso and stuff like that. And rightfully so. That same time, England had Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, and couldn't get them to function. And again, this is where now coaching comes into play and the ability to get these players to mesh really well together. I have nothing more to say on him other than that. Look, he managed to do something brilliantly with them. And yes, he had a talented squad. It had some really talented players that couldn't even make the 11. Big up Mikel Arteta. And, and yeah, no, that's really it. You know.
Yeah, he actually didn't make my list.
Is it because of like the lack of his name at club level? Or?
Probably oversight by me too. But I mean, I feel like the other names I had were maybe a little better. I don't know. But as you said, the man managed to bring together big players, Real Madrid's finest, Barcelona's finest, and had them meshing together. Mm-hmm. He also supplemented that with men like Marco Senna, Danny Guiza, them kind of characters.
Yeah, boy.
And he had them looking top. Because these are men who maybe at club level weren't great.
Yeah, man, remember like Capdevila.
They were good, right? But they weren't like great now. But they're playing with great players, and he managed to get that flow going. Big up. Mm-hmm. That's one of the main reasons David Villa was like a world beater at that point in time. So much respect. To win that much at an international level, it was it's commendable, and it was sickening to watch our Spain side. I'm not a Spain fan. I am an England fan, sadly.
Yeah.
But anytime I come up against our team, he was like, nah, boy. I beat them. Man, I had prime Fernando Torres.
That brother really was blessed.
But other than a good squad, I mean, I just say, look, England had a good squad. It's just, hard to get the right man and the tactics to get things going. So big up.
Yeah, you're right. Did he make your 10, bro?
Yeah, of course. This man, is he the only international manager to win World Cup Euro?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
That's a phenomenal thing. Just by that alone, you know, I didn't base him in my top 10 off of his club managerial stints, but more his international stints.
Yeah.
But that Spain side was different. Mm-hmm. That Spain side was so good, boy. They went on an unbeaten streak for how long it was. I don't know if anybody could say off the top of their head.
No, but it was something like close to like 100 games. No, sorry, not 100.
It was a few years.
It was like a few years though. Sorry, I said that wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, they that side, if I could recall, Iniesta, Xavi, we have Busquets,
Xavi.
Yeah.
I had real talented players that didn't make the 11 like that. For David Silva, he couldn't make the 11.
He couldn't make it.
When Prime Master could not make it.
Hey, big up David
Prime
Silva.
Master couldn't even see that bench.
Yeah, sure.
But
Santi Cazorla did though. Just saying.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, you know, that was a...
Big up Santi.
Big up Santi. He's a favorite.
No, all the joke has been about David Silva only because it's my boy. Silva Silva is the 5th highest scorer of Spain national team. So.
And that's crazy.
I know he first in La Liga too, right? I don't know if it's after.
No, he relaxing, but Real Sociedad.
Is a team effort? You don't know what's going on behind the scenes? You don't know what's going on in training?
It's a team
effort. That's experience.
Spark.
That's
He
experience.
cooking. He's cheating shit.
That's experience right there.
He left Man City on a high, boy.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
left Man City on a high. I can't give him wrong, you know?
I could drop a hot take, girl.
Go ahead.
Foden gonna be better than this man easily, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really believe so.
I agree.
Like, all right, this is so that I don't get idea for next week. Next time we go and do like top 10 talents right now, though, right? But I think Foden is in that category of the Mbappe Haaland, dog. And it's
How do we?
and it's because he do this blasted Pep man, dog.
The start game me.
Yes,
Game
but
in
it's
and out.
because he don't start game out that we don't talk about it, though. But talent, I see up there now, dog. And I think that last year when they were hurting from David Silva leaving. Was it last year or year before? Year before when Pep lost the league to Liverpool and they were really hurting that year. I think it was a big part of that was because he didn't let Foden take over from David Silva.
Right.
You have anything to say about that, Ross, bro?
I just said that good show you mentioned there, and I feel like I just say because he wasn't really known much with club football, but when you look at what he did with Spain, I feel like that point, that's when the conversation was La Liga was the best league in the world,
Yeah.
and I feel like from what he did, and again, some people will look at a national team full of all these stars from all these big clubs, and think that they could just run over everybody else, but we saw that couldn't happen with England. And we saw what he did with Spain and having all those players to come together. And we know the hate that Barca and Madrid players had for each other.
Yeah.
But to get them to come together and play and then dominate. And as you mentioned, he won Euros, World Cup, Euros. Yeah, really, for
Yeah,
real.
it was sickening.
For real.
It was sickening, though. All right, guys, we're going to head it to number 5. And I quite like this one. So stay tuned. All right, guys, at number 5 is Madame Papa Wings, dog. So being real honest with you guys, I actually had him at number 10. I was actually kind of surprised when he ended up this high up in the end. Reason being was that while obviously at the start of the 2000s he was really good, obviously he had the invincible season, won a few FA Cups outside that, went to the Champions League final, was robbed, win 3 FA Cups later on in his career. I understand why he's higher up. I think I was really just trying to remove my bias. He obviously was a brilliant coach, and I miss him to this day. I was never, and I honestly mean this, I was never a Wenger out. Even though I think that we needed to replace him, I was never a Wenger out because I don't think people understood the job that he was doing. Steadying the ship, whether it was just the philosophy, yeah. But as we see it now, recreating that football, it really ain't that easy. As well as managing to do that with minimal funds. And I remember it had a summer that we broke our record on Sadik as well, and he was 16 million. Imagine that Arsenal in 2012, dog, inflation, whatever, dog, that same year Chelsea was signing Hazard for 35 million and things like that. That wasn't even a record signing. And we breaking our record 16 million Santi Cazorla and kept us in top 4 for so many years. And now, years after he's gone, now people watch top 4 with a lot of more respect, And then, he was doing it really easily, though. Well, not some days really that easily, though. But did it with a squad that wasn't always up to par. And yeah. You go first, bro.
Yeah. I had Wings up there in my top 5 for sure. Given that when Wenger was there, Arsenal was probably United's biggest rival. Prime Wenger versus Prime Fergie.
I'm glad you see that, though. Yeah. Because I agree, though. Because, majority of United fans nowadays don't, while United fans in England, no, we're going to run this episode right now. But while the majority of United fans in England remember the days of Liverpool versus United, dog, most fans nowadays weren't around when that happened. Yeah. And most fans know about the times where Fergie and Wenger had a massive rivalry, dog. It was Fergie who ended the undefeated streak, dog. It was the two of them that was going back to back for titles and that kind of stuff, dog. And now, ironically, both teams on the same amount of points, dog. Look at that.
That's how the thing let's go. I think
Look at life.
With Wings, like I say, you had to give him his respect. The invincible achievement is something the talkers always come up, man, on a run, Pep. They say, yeah, Pep would do it. No, nobody do it yet. He stands alone with that achievement, and yeah, he was Ferguson's greatest rival until probably Mourinho came and took over that. Yeah. But 7 FA Cups, 3 league titles, and as they say, balling on a budget, dog. The man essentially hold it down while the stadium was being built.
Yeah.
And
true.
Much respect to, as you see, post you just appreciate these men more. Like Balfour, had appreciated them throughout, but you appreciate them even more when they leave because you see the kind of job that man was doing.
Yeah.
So, pick up.
So I have no idea how painful it was to go from him to Emery. That used to hurt my head.
Emery
I know he was in your top 10 but that really hurt my head. Yeah, you can say about Wenger.
Yeah, and from what you mentioned there, just add to that what you mentioned, going from him to Emery. 'Cause I feel like the only Wenger was something. I feel like it never came from a place of this manager again terrible now. It's time to replace him. I feel like it just honestly came from a place of he is quality, but everybody else going with the times. Everybody else, it feel like football was how football was now was changing, and he was kind of stuck in the times. And I felt like that was necessarily a bad thing because you see right now that after he left, it's very hard to recreate what he did, keeping them at that level. So I feel like you had to give respect to him because I feel like all those things didn't end as well, but you look at the players he brought you and look at the talent that he created.
I wish I went that blasted Europa League deep in his last year. Them men well disrespectful.
It's everybody except Arsenal.
That so upset me, boy. Dog. Yeah, you say, Ron? Or Papa Wings?
I mean, Wenger made it second on my list, bro, because I have a massive respect
that.
for Arsene Wenger, boy.
Yeah.
What he did with that Arsenal squad, and what the thing is, fans these days, we spoiled, boy.
We are.
Yep.
I agree.
And as a manager, when you look at your starting 11, you had to say, boy, okay, this starting 11, I had to see what really going on, what I could create out of the starting 11, what winning team I could build out of it, right? And that's what he did. And he managed, and just to build on your point, he managed to keep Arsenal in Champions League for a very long time.
Yeah.
For a very long time.
I never thought in my life I say, I would have missed the days getting hit 8.
Yeah.
That wasn't that bad.
But big up Arsene Wenger.
He
He
was also the main proponent and the fellow who nurtured probably the greatest striker ever in the Premier League. Arguably.
Yeah. Totally agree.
TH14, boy.
And when you think about also, like, we talk about a manager's ability to nurture players, though. Like, the man was fantastic. If there's one thing, though, all the time he always really had an eye for talent, though. And, like, I kid all another dog. I just really wonder, dog, like, what it would have been like if he had players like Smith Rowe and Saka when he was in his prime, though, and what these players could be. Because, I mean, while I think they're talented, I think a lot of things that people overlook, like even with players like Greenwood and Cho and these kind of things, while we know these players talented, is also a case of like, are they in the right environment to be nurtured now, dog? Yeah. Are they in the right coaching that will help round out their game and things like that? And while we always hope for the best for them and hope that they are talented enough that they're going to make it, like some players face a kind of stunt in their growth when they're not in the right environment, dog. And if there's one thing that Wenger used to get the most out of men like Joel Campbell and things. I remember that man balling over this Man City in the air that we was trying to win the league, dog, kind of thing.
Marouane Chamakh. These kind of men pass through.
Dog, tell it, dog. Ridiculous. Alright, guys, we're gonna head into the top 4 that we know we keep you guys here very long already. We try to, speed up a little bit. Stay tuned, guys. Number 4, we have Carlo Ancelotti. I not gonna say anything. The man is brilliant. I literally have 2 fans here, dog, of AC Milan, dog. Better let them talk instead. Man is brilliant. I have full respect for what he's done. Even at Everton, where he didn't win anything, dog, the progress that he made with the club was fantastic, dog. And that is all I really gotta say, dog. Aaron, I'll let you go first.
Thanks, boy. Thanks so much. I mean, I just gonna talk about one part of his career. Virgil, if you wanna build on it, no problem, bro. 1 Serie A title, 3 Champions League finals, and this is when you had Juventus and Inter taking on titles like that.
Yeah.
Right? Carlo Ancelotti came in to this Milan squad, and he just gave us what we needed, boy. Yeah. More Champions League titles. After Carlo, boy, Milan kind of lose their way. Under Allegri, after that 2012 title deciding header from Suleiman Tari, that's how Juventus take off after that. Manager after manager, they couldn't replicate what Carlo and these boys did.
Yeah.
And I think Carlo Ancelotti, one of the best managers Milan has ever seen. For me, right under Fabio Capello.
Big one there, that big one you mentioned,
Yeah, dog.
No, but yeah, we talking about Ancelotti. We talking about like what we mentioned with Zidane. Ancelotti was doing that before, Ancelotti went from player, and we know the career that he had at Milan, to then come and take over. And then from that, I feel like those Milan years was just dominant. Because as you mentioned, going to a Champions League and, Milan dominant not only in the league, in Europe. And he already, and we already mentioned about in Italy. But for him to do that in Spain, then he went Germany.
Yeah.
And then we saw across Europe. And then he also did it in Chelsea as well.
Yeah,
a Premier League title.
He has left his mark all over
if
the
I remember
place.
right, it was a Premier League and a FA Cup double, dog. Going to the
First
last
year.
day.
First season.
And going to the last day with United on that title race. Dog.
He took Andre, he took Sheva with him.
Yeah,
Ruined
dog.
that boy.
Yeah, dog.
Still, like, he had the
Monster, you know.
good team.
And then for him to also win what
Win
was
La Decima with Real.
yeah, he did. And also for him to win for him to get his flowers winning the world's best coach twice.
Yeah.
We saw that, and you can understand that for him to just come in all those leagues and leave a stamp and leave a mark.
Yeah.
You gotta give credit to him because again he is not just remembered in Italy, remembered all over.
And for what is what before I let you close off on him is the fact that he's so low. Well, when I say so low, at fourth of being in the top 10 of billions of managers, right? But that just kind of speaks to like how good the other three men are. But like, dog, it's so easy to me. I actually think it's still easy to make an argument to put him on first, dog, with how much success that he's had, dog. I mean, I had him fourth as well, and it just again comes down to the other managers he's against. But he's been brilliant. His style of football is actually great to watch, dog. Like, dog, if I be honest with all you, I watch Real Madrid this season a lot, dog, because they're actually quite entertaining to watch. Look, Vinicius has already surpassed his league goals and assist titles 3 games ago, dog. He has that guy deciding games now with 2 goals today as they win 2-1, dog. He's managed to have Valverde and Camavinga balling together in the same side. If you ask any Real Madrid fan before the season started, they would have told you, nah, dog, we're not close to no title, no nothing like that, dog. We're in a little bit of turmoil. Dog, you watch his side now and you really looking at them and saying, dog, you know, all they're missing is like Mbappe and a right back maybe, dog, something like that, dog. A fantastic job everywhere he goes, or every single place he goes, dog. You know?
Yeah, I wouldn't be long, obviously. These fellas, you all touch on everything. Big up Don Carlo. Did it in several big leagues. And he normally doesn't take long to stamp his authority and win.
Yeah.
He's a man who just come in, results, on to the next one.
Yeah.
So much respect to the Don.
Yeah. Moving to number 3, guys. About to get really sticky, though. Stay tuned. Alright, guys. So, this guy I had first. And it kind of surprising given that the man history with Arsenal, dog. That, okay, we'll be surprised with some people, look. But it's Jose Mourinho, dog, at third. And the reason I did is that from 2000 come forward, I think that he's been dynamic. In some ways, dog, he's been successful, dog, undoubtedly. And look, he is not that manager that you bring in terms of to build a culture on your club or to groom youth, man. And I get that. And for what is worth, though, that is also part of manager's job, right? However, though, when you look at how arrogant he was and the ability he had to back it up, that he is literally won at every single place he's went, except Spurs, which is understandable because Spurs tax. Dog, he's managed to win every single place that he's been, bro. And he is, when he really wants to be, he gets the best out of players. He manages those players who are willing to run through walls for him. He makes them world beaters, dog. Whether it be Zlatan, it be Eto'o, it was Diego Costa. He pushed Fabregas to almost get the assist record after he was being deemed a reject out of Barcelona. He went to Man United, dog, and even though they didn't make top 4, he managed to get them that Europa League title to get them back into Champions League. He's a man that when you give him objectives, dog, he gets it done. He gets it done somehow, and he gets it done with silverware anyway. And like we said, the ultimate goal of managers is to win things. And to me, dog, he has 2 trebles to his name, dog. He has multiple league titles to his name, dog. He has multiple iconic moments as a coach to his name, dog. And that is why I put him first. The other 2 managers, that went up above him, I totally get why they are there. And I don't dispute that at all. But for me, when I think about winning, I think about Jose. When I think about a managerial personality, I think about Jose, dog. And as much as he had a fantastic record against my club. I'm the greatest manager ever. He was extremely disrespectful to him and to my club for many years. As a neutral, I have to reach. Dog, Roma are in the Europa Conference League, right, dog? That's how low they are. And yet, They are in the title conversation in Italy, not just because that they're doing well in this area, but just because Jose is their coach, dog. Like, people instantly expect you to compete when Jose is your coach, dog. And that says something about him as a manager, dog. As somebody who had him formally as a coach, bro, we gotta say.
Yeah, I think we got Mourinho light, maybe.
Yeah.
Because last few years, the criticism has been that he's stubborn, his style of play may be a little outdated.
Yeah.
But when they talk about ego, the man deem himself the special one.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. 3 Premier League titles, La Liga, Serie A, Champions League. Man has won, as John said, everywhere he went. He is a formidable coach. He was the man who, I think I mentioned before, transitioned from when Wenger was kind of winding down. He became Ferguson's greatest rival after a while, and he was struggling to beat that Mourinho team. That Chelsea team under him had the biggest unbeaten streak at home, I think, ever. Any top European
and have
team.
the record for least goals conceded in our league campaign under him, dog. Although this Chelsea team right now trying to beat that at the rate that they going, dog.
Then the man left, beat Chelsea at the bridge, come and say he's the only man that's been at the bridge. All kind of ranking thing. But I respect him as a coach, even at United, and I just like the character. But I find the man is just the man, as I say, the man memeable always.
You're on. Real come up against him.
I really like Jose Mourinho, boy. He's only a character that you just can't, you just watch him and be like, hey, look at this,
Yeah.
But I'll just touch on his trouble winning team, especially his midfield. You had boys like Christian Kivu, Dejan Stankovic. You have men like Cambiaso, right? Running in midfield. You have man like, Zanetti's a big baller. And then you have a man like Diego Milito, who's looking like prime Lewandowski.
He had Wesley Sneijder in Ballon d'Or conversation.
Should have.
And he shut down. That's a whole next conversation.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
shut
that
down.
next one, that-
Ballon d'Or season coming soon,
And-
man. So
And the thing is, that trouble that year, boy, he's remind everybody about it till today, boy.
Yeah.
Till today, he's
Yeah.
reminding
still
everybody
do
about it.
the tree.
The tree,
Yeah.
and it's a big feat, and by all means, but I mean, him at Roma right now, Milan facing them tomorrow. Looking forward to that meetup. He have Zaniolo looking like he's a stepbrother.
And I'm a big Zaniolo fan, though.
I'm a big Zaniolo fan as well. So let me see how it goes. He has El Shaarawy bringing his career back a bit too. So big up. Big up Jose. Big up Jose.
And he have my dog Tammy Abraham looking like a baller, dog. All of a sudden, this man is a dribbler.
Yeah.
Where all this beat come from, I don't know, dog. But just,
Now, well, all of a sudden, the most thing you can say about Mourinho, and the key thing is that everywhere he goes, he has won something. We're not going to count that Spurs thing. That's a little blip in history. So we're not really going to count
dog,
that.
feel like if Jose couldn't win with Spurs, it should just be no, dog. Nobody's going to ever win with Spurs, dog.
But the thing is really, some might say, his style of play is a little negative from at times.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, some might say that, but everybody will say that the man is a winner.
Yeah.
And from him going to Roma, I feel like that reception he got from the Roma fans, him coming in, the league, everybody in the league was prepared for this, and everybody in the league right now looking at them as, okay, if not title favorites, we know for a fact he might get them, a trophy at least.
Yeah.
And look at that, from this man coming in, you could expect that. No matter what the type of players you have, you know for a fact you could expect that from Mourinho.
Yeah. Totally agree, man. Alright, guys, heading into number 2. I like kind of no one is coming here, but we heading into number 2. And in at number 2, we have a man who's been synonymous with winning, dog, in the 3 big clubs. He's been at Barca, Bayern, and now Manchester City. He is a league terrorist, dog. Seriously, I really think if you ever win a league against Pep Guardiola, you should get a goal on not a goal for Wenger alone, dog. You should get a next color trophy, dog. Because it seriously is difficult to beat this man. It had a team that went 97 points, dog, and still didn't beat the title against this man. They were 7 points ahead of them, dog, and managed to still slip away with that title, dog. Virgil, obviously, I'll let you go first, dog, but he's been brilliant, dog. And something that I think that he's not credited with enough is his ability to develop certain players. Now, yes, for sure, he spends real money behind men, and that is true, right? But if there's one thing that he's had is a success rate with players coming in though. You don't hear about flops under Pep though. You don't hear about players that flunk out. He managed to turn for Fabian Delph into a very functional left back though. He managed to turn Mascherano into a very good centre back. He turned Philip Lam into a very good defensive midfielder. He has this ability to see players in positions that they don't even see themselves in. Whether it's now it's Gavi Jesus playing on the right wing looking brilliant. Fernandinho going from being a real average, a good box-to-box midfielder into somebody who some men, dog, to my right, want to put into the conversation as one of the best DMs that this league has ever seen, dog. To Virgil, Coach Virgil.
I say we're starting right now with him at Man City, what you mentioned, with him dominating the league. I feel like that is what you expect from Pep.
Yeah.
Winning the treble with Man City. Everybody will look at that right now and they'll kind of like overlook it because we know the type of quality that was around and we know right after, Liverpool end up winning the league. But for him to go up against so much different opponents in every respective competition and for him to dominate England, every single trophy went to this man. Yeah. And a short space of time from him coming to the Prem and everybody talking about, could he do this?
Yeah.
The season after the second season he was in there, he ended up pushing the team to 100 points.
Yeah.
That was a big feat in itself.
Yeah.
Then after going back to Germany, he did the same thing, dominate Germany.
Yeah.
At this point, it's very difficult to even get anything when you go up against Bayern.
Yeah.
But going back to his Barca days and from so long ago, we saw not just as you mentioned, his impact on players, not just his impact on players, but impact on football.
Yeah.
Looking at tactics, we have to this day from since Barcelona. We have the likes of Bielsa talking about his tactics. We have the likes of Gasperini talking about his tactics. We have the likes of Van Bommel right now trying to replicate his tactics. Nagelsmann as well. Mm-hmm. Everybody come up right now is talking about Pep's football, and for him to just come in this football and not just take a tactic and tweak it. This man at that point, literally create his own football. Some past players right now would say, hey, listening to tactics right now from Pep right now, it feel like you're studying for your masters.
Yeah. I wish I had that would copy him though. That would be very nice.
Well, if I thought that stay a little longer.
You should more though.
It's one more season up putting on cones. You would get. But everybody right now is trying their best. Even new managers. We're looking at the likes of Xavi right now. People, those Barca fans that want to come, they would want him to emulate what Pep did.
Yeah.
Ten Hag style is very similar.
Everybody right now would always pay homage to not just what he did with likes of the players that he brought through, but what he did to football on a whole. Everybody saw football on a whole new dimension after that.
Yeah, totally agree, dog. I believe that Man U has managed to face him at each one of the clubs he was at, eh?
Plenty times.
That would be nice. I mean, to be fair though, like right now, they have like a pretty good run against them going though.
So if there's one team, Ole clearly likes to play City. He does well as already one team. Big up Pep, dog. I cannot rate Pep. He would be in the top 3 conversation of all time, maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully so, because he's a serial winner. The man result speaks for himself. Yeah, he needs money, but the argument Mendes throw is, he does only walk into top clubs. But his top clubs are what he, man.
Yeah.
If I have top jobs waiting for me, why
and to be fair,
to
be fair, when he talks, he says that he does say that he's not a good manager. He said that he wouldn't be nothing without players and things. He does say that he's not a big coach, but like I said, dog, you don't hear about flops with Pep. Like who? Like seriously, when was the last person that Man City signed that people say is an outright flop? And if somebody say Mendy. Dog, Mendy had like 15 million injuries, dog, and Pep couldn't foresee that, dog. But dog, men like Zinchenko, Gary Pope was to be in our left back, dog. Men like Ferran Torres, like I say, it's been used as center forward now. Gundogan was a dynamic midfielder last year, dog, when he was brought in to be a deep 8 or something like that, dog. Dog, his successes follow this man everywhere. You run?
Even to add to that list, this boy who plays is for Red Bull, Angelo.
Yeah.
Angelino.
Yeah. He was under Pep.
Yeah.
And then this man balling on a different level for them.
Yeah.
I would say Pep Guardiola, boy, is to me what he reminds me of is a villain in football.
Yeah.
This man is
I like that one.
teams.
Final boss.
I like that.
What I understand about Pep is that like coming through the years and understanding football and like the OGs, like managers who changed the game through the years.
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola in the next 20 years, his name is going to be brought up and he's going to say, this man revolutionized the game.
Yeah.
Boy. The way this man played formations,
Yeah.
the way the man, he brought the best out of players.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you look at a Man City pitch and how the 11 set out, that formation has probably changed about 4 or 5 times. And
In
you
the
don't
game,
know that
yeah.
formation's changed, you know.
And I convinced this man this be trying his best to find the most quirky looking formations to try it out. Just so we gotta see this back over with 2-2-2-2-2 in it though.
Yeah. So I just quick on it is I watched a breakdown his tactical, like how he sets his field, right?
Yeah.
He sets the field out in portions and no 2 players should be in one portion.
Yeah,
at a
I know
time,
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? To me that's genius.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what I think is probably the greatest compliment that he have is that he revolutionized Cruyff ball, though.
Yes.
You know? And Cruyff is somebody that's synonymous with total football, though. Pep took that to the next level, though. And he himself he actually moves a very humble person for somebody who's won that much, though. But that is the greatest compliment that we could give him, though. And look, he has Champions League to his name. He has billions of league titles to his name. And he has, even more so, he has a ton of players that credit their development to him, though. You know? All right, guys, headed to number 1. I'm pretty sure you can guess who he's going to be, though. But stay tuned to see who it is. Alright, guys, it's a number 1. Well, it's Alex Ferguson. Who didn't see that coming, guys? I'll probably be alone. But it's Alex Ferguson. Look, his success speaks for himself. How dominant he was across the Premier League. And before I let this one go on, he ran. What I think has become very synonymous with Sir Alex and something that people are only taking note of now or appreciating more now is the fact that, look, we talk about Mourinho and Klopp and Pep and all these players that, yeah, these guys had sides that at times were really stacked with names. But at what point could you really watch a United 11 and say that it was fully stacked with names? Like, yeah, they were players that you would say were successful across their career. Look, Fergie was fantastic at getting players to do the best for him, even if they were very limited within themselves. Yes, for sure, he had extremely talented players, or whether it be Ronaldo, it'd be Rooney, it'd be Vidic, it'd be Ferdinand, it'd be Scholes, whoever it may be, though. But he also had the Park Ji-sung and the Welbecks and the Fletchers and these kind of guys, though. And they were all integral to his success, though. That some of them afterwards that he left or really died off. And you really see then that they were only truly successful thanks to Sir Alex Ferguson. You may go ahead, bro.
Yeah, well, might have to do about 3 episodes if I really start to talk about Sir Alex. I just have to say, big up the GOAT. That was the man who single-handedly took us from, or took the whole English football away from Liverpool's dominance.
Yeah.
When he came in the 90s when the Premier League era began,
Yeah.
Fergie took it firmly from that side to the red half of Manchester. Now, it's pulling the next side. But 13 league titles, 2 Champions League, treble, not in the period we dealing with here. However, what Sir Alex Ferguson was a brilliant manager. He made men perform way above their ability.
Yeah.
He win the league with Tom Cleverley, Anderson, starting, Raphael. He had some very average players mixed.
Well, I remember when it was Butner, was he named?
Nick Powell. So had some real sad.
The striker, what was the striker's name?
We had plenty. We had
Macheta.
Yeah.
Macheta, boy.
Yeah.
Federico.
So he was a manager who could inspire a lot, and he was not a great tactician. Like to this day, as a man, I read 3 books, watch the man movie. That's my footballing idol, right? Everybody say he was just, and he's somebody who could inspire greatness in you.
Yeah.
So not the greatest of tacticians, but United definitely feeling it since he has left. But again, if I talk about this man, it will take up too much time. People get fed up on me.
Yeah.
Big up Sir Alex. Much love.
You're on?
Sir Alex Ferguson. Eden, of course. Yeah, you say it all already,
Yeah.
Sir Alex Ferguson is Sir Alex Ferguson. Once again, his name would be heard from our children's children. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
to add to the list of players, one of my favorite Brazilians coming out from Manchester United, that is Anderson, boy.
Yeah.
My God, boy. I don't know. Up to today, I still don't know if Anderson is a good player or not.
Anderson probably don't know.
I don't know,
Yeah,
because
boy.
Sir Alex Ferguson would just be like, hey, this is your job. Run down that ball, move the ball forward. That's all you had to do. Do it, get it done. And when Ferguson left, he was still in the squad, right? And
2013.
and then after that, it's just
Yeah.
who
Well,
is
a lot of the
this
players, John
who is this
mentioned.
player? Yeah,
A lot of the
who's this
players
player?
fell off after because
Yeah.
they were good under his system.
Like, though, he had Nani, though. As Nani was getting Ballon d'Or nominated. Well, it was like in top 30 Ballon nominations.
He's getting
and
shouts,
that.
yeah.
And he was scoring worldies.
And week in, week out, dog. He had Ashley Young. I mean, Arsenal talked about had Ashley Young scoring benders and all kind of things,
Benders,
dog.
yeah, boy.
And also nothing, dog. Virgil, you have anything to say?
Yeah, well, I'll take it from the other side. We know
He was sickening.
not that we know him to be a United legend, but we gotta big up his Aberdeen days.
Okay.
That's where he
Three,
started.
yeah,
that's when he
three
started.
Scottish leagues, 4 Scottish cups. Come on,
In a Celtic and Rangers.
in a
dominated
Celtic and Rangers dominated.
I mean,
look at
the only
that.
reason I'd be this specific because it was not any time frame.
Guys.
Nah, but just going to what going to I'll just add everything that Eden talk about. We know that, as you mentioned, he's not really a tactician,
Yeah.
but he just made football so simple for anybody that came.
Yeah.
And when people would say that, and his system is, right now, it's a lot of players right now they'll be judged on how they could perform, but we know for a fact there's not much bad players. It's just players in the wrong system.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what he could do, he could tailor make a system for anybody.
Yeah.
He'll be like, all right, you know that you're not capable of doing this, but once you could do this well, do what you could do well,
Yeah.
and we go and function.
Yeah.
You couldn't be a bystander in his system. He would have 1 or 2 talisman-like players,
Yeah.
and the rest of them, you have to work.
Yeah, and I
He
think
had
that
Rooney playing wing, running
Yeah.
up and down, just so Cristiano could play
his
us that
thing.
forward
Yeah.
and not have to run back.
And the thing is, like, I think, like, he was the kind of manager that once you buy into me, he's going to get the most out of you,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
All right, guys, so we're closing off now because we have you all here extremely long. I'm going to give each person 30 seconds-ish, nothing more than that, hopefully. So that's not what he wants to play, so didn't make the list. So me first, I had Allegri. He's won a lot. He's won at AC Milan as well. He's won at Juventus. He is somebody that has been known for a lot of success, and that's why I thought that he made my own. I think when he left, we saw how Juventus also dropped back off, and now they're trying to get himself back onto him again. So yeah, I thought that Allegri deserved a shout, and just didn't ban on that way. Would you?
Now, my honorable mention had to be Benitez.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
just,
but
you know,
it's true. It's true.
From being the first Spanish manager to come into the Prem, and he brought a whole different style of play. He won Liverpool the Champions League, then went to Napoli, won Napoli. He won trophies at Napoli, won trophies at Inter. He won stuff at Valencia,
Yeah.
and from even back to going as far back to the Valencia days, people were looking at him as the best, as any conversation for best coach around that time.
Yeah. You know?
Quickly, big up Simeone.
Yeah, man.
That was the man who was able to break Real Madrid and Barcelona's dominance in
Yeah.
La Liga, and he's still doing it till this day. So,
Yeah.
big up.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I had real managers to big up. Because boy, I have the
Give me one,
emojis.
give me one.
But I gave you one, right? Just to add to Allegri,
Yeah.
check if Allegri has the best win percentage out of current managers right now. I believe it's supposed to be 70-some%.
Oh, that's high, though.
That's really
know what
high.
I'm saying.
So check that out, right?
I want to know what's happening.
A big up Mancini, Virgil.
You see
This
that?
one's for you, brother.
You see him?
Yeah, so
Mancini, yeah.
he
Big
set
one.
the foundation for Man City.
I agree.
He set the foundation.
I agree.
If you look at it and you look at the players he brought in and the football he developed and how he managed the money and did it really well, set the foundation. And then, well, of course, coming into Italy, a third place recently in the Confederations. That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, and I don't mean to like toot my own horn, whatever, a completely average Italian team,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they come and you pull down a Euros. You
Yeah.
know? Big up Mancini.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, thanks so much for being here. I suppose again you have with us saying this at the start, but please like, subscribe, and all that. If you didn't, we needed to ask you guys if you guys could unsubscribe and subscribe back because we had a little error in our settings, though, so you'll actually get the notifications properly now. But yeah, thank you all for coming on. Really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys next time. See you soon. Take it easy. Later.